The Guard, Episode 2, The First Breach. Night draped itself over the facility like an old veil, thin in some places, suffocating in others. Ethan stood alone in the control room, lit only by the soft blue glow of security monitors. The hum of the generators pulsed steadily beneath his feet, a rhythm that felt almost alive, like the heartbeat of some buried creature. He hadn't slept since the incident in the hallway. He couldn't, not after seeing that shadow shaped like a memory he had spent years trying to bury. Ethan rubbed his palms against his uniform, trying to ground himself. The fabric felt cold. Everything here felt cold. He pressed the playback button for the footage from Wing C, where he had seen. No, imagined the small figure running past him. The screen flickered, then rolled. Nothing. Again, he rewound. Played it back. Slowed it down. Still nothing. The hallway remained empty, still, lifeless, but he knew what he saw, or what he felt brush past him, like a whisper of warmth in a place that had none. The radio on the desk crackled. Guard 1, report. The voice was strained, urgent. It belonged to Malcolm, the only other guard on duty tonight. Ethan pressed the receiver, still monitoring Wing C. No movement. Check again, Malcolm said. We got a breach signal from door 7. Ethan's chest tightened. Door 7 had been sealed for years. No one, even the upper management, ever spoke about it. The lock was fused shut, the access panel rusted over, and the biometric scanner dead, but the stories. The whispers, they claimed door 7 wasn't built to keep something from getting in, it was designed to keep something from getting out. Ethan swallowed hard. I'll head there now. He clipped the radio to his belt and grabbed his flashlight. The corridor outside greeted him with its sterile emptiness. Every step echoed back at him like slow applause from unseen hands. The lights above flickered once, then steadied. He began walking. The deeper he went, the warmer the air became. Not hot, just subtly wrong, like the hallway was breathing. Ethan slowed as he approached the junction where Wing C split into the restricted wing. A long scratch marked the wall, fresh, jagged, raw. Another, and another. Something had dragged itself along this corridor. Something alive. His pulse stumbled. The lights flickered again, this time longer, like they were struggling against something feeding on their power. Ethan lifted his flashlight. Malcolm, he whispered into the radio. I've got scratches on the south wall heading toward door 7. You see anything on the internal feed? The radio hissed. No response, static only. He tried again. Malcolm, come in. Nothing. The air grew heavier, pressing against him, urging him forward. Ethan forced his feet to move, even as his body begged him to run back. Halfway down the corridor, he stumbled over something on the floor, a metal panel, ripped clean from the wall. He crouched, running his fingers over the edges. The metal was warped, as if twisted by hands too strong to be human. The soft sound drifted behind him, a small sound, like a breath, or a whisper. He spun around, flashlight slicing through the darkness. Nothing, but the air carried warmth again, warmth that felt familiar, almost comforting, if not for the dread twisting inside him. He kept walking. Door 7 stood at the end of the corridor like a monolith, coated in chipped paint and forgotten warnings. Ethan's breath hitched as he saw it. The seal was broken, the steel reinforcement bent outward. Something had forced its way out. His flashlight trembled in his hand. The door hung open just an inch, just enough for a sliver of darkness to spill out like a secret. Malcolm. Ethan whispered into the radio again. We have a confirmed breach. The static suddenly sharpened into a sound, raspy breathing, then a faint voice. Ethan. He froze. The voice was soft, trembling, threaded with a pain he recognized too well. It was his son's voice. Don't do this, he murmured, stepping back. Don't use his voice. The darkness behind door 7 shifted, something like a small hand pressed against the gap, only for a second. Before retreating, Ethan's heart nearly broke open. No. He whispered. No. You're not real. But grief is a cruel puppeteer. It knows every string to pull, and this place, this cursed metal tomb, knew that too. The flashlight flickered again. This time, when the beam steadied, a small object lay at Ethan's feet, a worn plastic figure, the same toy he had placed inside a coffin, the same toy that had been buried beneath earth and tears. His knees weakened, he picked it up with shaking hands, breath shallow, eyes burning. The toy was warm, warm like a child's hand, warm like life. His vision blurred for a moment, and the corridor swayed. The air thickened, swirling with something unseen, something watching. Then, a sudden clang echoed from behind him. Ethan spun around. Malcolm staggered into view, clutching his head, blood dripping through his fingers. "Ethan, run," Malcolm gasped. "It's loose." "The thing isn't." His words broke into a choked scream as something yanked him back into the darkness. One violent pull, a flash of claws, a wet, echoing crunch. Ethan stumbled back, flashlight shaking violently in his grip. "Malcolm!" he yelled, voice cracking. Only silence answered. Then another whisper, floating from the dark mouth of door 7, "Why did you leave me?" Not his son's voice this time, a chorus of children, layered, broken, begging. Ethan staggered backward, heart clawing at his ribs. His flashlight sputtered, fighting for life. "What do you want from me?" he whispered. The whispers grew louder, shapes moving behind the sliver of the open door. Small silhouettes. Twisted silhouettes, a pair of faint, glowing eyes peeked from the gap, then vanished. The alarms exploded overhead, painting the hallways red. A metallic voice boomed through the facility, "Containment breach." "Repeat, containment breach. All security units report 2 Wing C." Ethan stumbled back, clutching the toy like a lifeline. He knew one thing, whatever escaped from door 7 wasn't just a creature, it was a memory sharpened into teeth, and it wanted him. A soft cry drifted down the hallway, small, trembling, familiar. Ethan forced himself forward, driven by something deeper than fear, driven by the echo of love twisted into nightmare. He didn't know what awaited him in the dark, but he knew this was only the beginning, to be continued. If you enjoy this story, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more.